Welcome to Tim Sonner. Cybersecurity, networking, AI, and software development. Mwahahaha, ha.
Hey, what's up? So today we're going to be creating some containers with Podman, and the idea is we're going to create an Arch container, and we're going to have RDP in it, and we're going to be able to remote into an XFCE desktop. So let's kick this thing off. The first part's going to take a little while. So yeah, the first thing you're going to do is just run your updates. I already did this part here, um, but we'll just kick that off just for funsies. And then next we want to just make sure once everything's installed, we'll do a Podman version and just verify that it's installed. That's going to tell us, okay, cool, it's installed. And then we also want to use SDL-FreeRDP. So I actually found this out when I was making another video. I was using some different library, and I guess it's been deprecated. And so like the new one to use is this SDL-free RDP. So it pretty much works like xFreeRDP. So let's get this kicked off. So what we want to do is we want to pull down the Arch image, and we're going to actually pull it down from Docker. So I have Cockpit running, and I have the I guess like Podman, whatever you want to call it, plugin installed. I think that was like you install it with like apt install Podman dash containers maybe. But you can see that that image just showed up here. So that's kind of cool. And then what we're going to do is we're going to start this container, and I'll go over the commands here a little bit once we kind of get this stuff rolling a little bit, because we're gonna have to do some downloads, get this thing up and running. So you can see I just created this thing, just got this thing up and running. I'm gonna run some of these updates. What we're gonna do is just get the base packages going here. So I'll just get that kicked off. And so while that's doing its magic, we can just kind of go over some of this stuff. So we did that. We pulled down the latest Arch image, right? And then what we did here, so Podman runs, we're going to run a container based off of this image, and we're going to name that container arch-rdp. It's going to have the same host name. Restart unless stopped. We're going to bind the container port 13390 with the local host port 3389. And then this is what it's going to run. And then it's going to sleep till infinity. So it basically just starts that container, keeps it running. We don't really need to do this part because we do have the GUI, but if you want to look and see what it is. And so that says, should say everything's good there, command complete. So we are completed there. So what we did is we just installed all the keys. So this is like a bootstrap system, right? So it's just bare Arch. So what we're going to do is this command -it interactive terminal. This is the container that we're going to run this command against. And what we're going to run is we're going to run the bash command. So we're going to run bash-l for login, and then the C is for the actual command itself. And so I can't remember what these flags are exactly, but it basically means that like anything that fails in this script will like halt it. So it'll throw errors like crazy. I guess I could look this up really quick, but the most important thing is just that works and it will throw errors. But yeah, so what we're doing is pacman-key. So we're initializing, I guess, the key repository. We're populating it with keys from official repos, and then we're doing updates there. And then no confirm needed. So yeah, we're just installing all these like basic tools, right? Some of the XFCE packages, fake route, IP route 2, just some basic stuff. So that's kind of where we're at. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to create this user. So I'll just throw that in there. Boom. So we just created user add -m-s. So it's going to have /bin/bash for its shell. Arch user, adding the user to the sudoers file with the all permissions. And then let's build and install xrdp from the AUR, right? So we're going to throw that in there. And one of the reasons we do this arch user is because this make package will not run as root. So you need a non-root user to actually run this command to install this package. So this is the actual RDP server that's going to listen on that port that we bound earlier. And yeah, we're just gonna let that keep going. And then the next thing, so this xorgxrdp, this, we're actually gonna pull this out of a repo. There's some kind of like known key signing warnings that come up with this, but we can add the key. We can actually pull it down from Ubuntu, and that will kind of get rid of like some of the key errors that this can throw. And so what we do is we're just going to clone this repo. We're going to go in there, and then we're also going to use make package again to build that. So that just completed. We're going to throw this one in there. That's what we're doing, is just kind of setting up some of the RDP infrastructures here. And then there's some options like, you can skip GPG check, but it's really just kind of a hack, and we really don't need to because we imported the key. So that's just kind of like for labs or for like really simple if you didn't want to do all the key import stuff. So yeah, we can definitely check to see if those packages are installed. One of the next things that we're going to want to do, let's just check that they're installed. They should be. This should run just fine. Boom. So yeah, xrdp needs to know to start XFCE, so our window manager. So the RDP session needs to know how to start XFCE. There is a default script, and what we're going to do is it's etc xrdp startwm.sh. So we're just going to overwrite that. And so we're just going to send this into the container right now. And then now that xrdp knows how to start XFCE, we're going to start the xrdp server here. And boom. We got some processes down here. So we have xrdp server running, and we have the xrdp session manager running. And so what we'll do is we'll confirm that the host can see the port. And there we go. Beautimous. And then what we're going to do now is use the RDP client, and we're going to connect. So this should bring us up a nice little RDP session, kind of like you would expect. Let's see. Why did that fail? Starting X, assessment, listening, log subsystem restarted. Might have just tried that a little too soon, maybe. That just let's just keep this moving because I think some of this other stuff might actually just fix this. So this is going to create a directory we're going to bind in the home directory, and then we can commit the container. Yeah, so we'll use that a little bit later. And then that's just basically so we can so we don't have to rebuild the whole thing from scratch. Let's add this entry point because this might be the fix here. Let's see if this does it. And then actually just commit this container. And then once that finishes up, what we'll try and do is remove that one and then create it again. So then we're going to try this RDP sesh again. There we go. So this will take just a moment to spin up. And boom. So yeah, there we go. So we don't have edit. We should have just copy and paste should be working just fine. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, just kind of gotta mess with it a little bit. But yeah, that was kind of it. I don't know. I thought it was kind of cool. Yeah, give it a go. See what you can do. See if you can modify it. Have fun.
Thanks for watching Tim Sonner. Like and subscribe for more. God bless. Mwahaha ha.